First off, Ghostbusting ain't for no damn woman. Ghostbusting is for real hard American man that knows how to bust a class 5 free roaming vapor. Woman should be in the kitchen where she belongs. Who you gonna call when you get your period? I ain't afraid no ghosts. I ain't afraid, Jasper. I ain't afraid. No, I'm just kidding. I love all women. That was just a stupid intro of how crazy this Ghostbuster internet thing of hating women or mad because women are Ghostbusters is just totally ridiculous. Ghostbusters 2016 is the remake of the original 1984 Ghostbusters. And Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Some creatures goes of the Gozerian, goes of the Destructor, Volga Sildroha, the Traveler has come. Choose and perish.
What the hell? What do you mean, choose? I don't understand.
Choose the form of the Destructor.
Stop playing with my name. I ain't
go
gonna
right
say
on
it
in.
no more. Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
The movie stars Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, and Melissa McCarthy to make up the new cast of the new Ghostbusters. And before we get into this new Ghostbuster remake, let me tell you about the original 1984 original Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters holds a special parts in other people's hearts as well. Like, for over 30 years, people still go to conventions dressed like Ghostbusters, and you know, people got married with Ghostbuster weddings. People have, you know, the Ecto-1 car. People really love this property. And the 1984 movie, what you had lightning in a bottle. You had everything that works perfectly. Let me tell you why I love the 1984 movie. It had everything that I think a movie can be. I think it knew it was a summer blockbuster before there was really summer blockbusters. It had horror. It had comedy. It had science fiction in it, all blended into one, and then you had this awesome cast, these awesome effects that made a super blockbuster. It was smart, it was clever, it is a true classic. Well, that was 1984, and this is 2016. So how did this new version measure up? Well, to be honest with you, the movie's not as bad as you thought it was, but it's not that great at the same time. So, let's get into it. Okay, let me give you some of the likes that I liked about this movie. What I really liked about this movie was the 3D. I went to go see this movie in 3D, and the 3D is the best 3D I think I've seen since, like, Avatar, because they had cool things like the proton pack would actually shoot off of the frame, and then, like, the ghost would come in and off the frame, and the particles look really good. The proton stream looked really good. The way this movie starts is really good. It really reminded me of like the old 1984 Ghostbusters. It had this creepy setting, of course, in the library, which is a throwback to the original, and that felt really cool. Thor, Chris Hemsworth, he kind of stole a lot of the scenes of the movie because his character was so stupid. And the stuff he was doing was just absolutely hilarious. I love seeing Chris Hemsworth do comedy. Even in his Thor, he still got a comical aspect. And he fit in pretty good in this movie. I really liked him. He was like a standout, you know, besides the main cast. Now, let's get into some things that I didn't like about the film. It felt like a cartoon, basically. The whole movie felt like a cartoon. Some of the jokes just didn't hit. They were like hit or miss. And then they played too much on the comedy. Like, it was all comedy. So it felt more like a cartoon. And that's another problem that I had about the movie. The concept art for the ghosts. Some of them work. Like I said, the librarian ghosts work. The one in the train station kind of work. But as you get towards the end, you get big parade balloon animal ghosts. And it just didn't work. They seemed too silly. The ghosts, it was like all neon Skittle colors all over the screen. It seemed like Skittles sometimes exploded on the screen with these ghosts. They didn't look scary. Like, why is it so much color? Why is it so much blue and purple and green? I know you're trying to make it fun, but it don't seem fun because I don't feel like they're in danger because the scene is so fucking colorful. It's another thing that didn't work for me in this movie is the villain. Oh, the villain was so whack. he was a nerd that got picked on and somehow came up with an interdimensional portal to bring ghosts through. I had no idea how he knows how to do that. Just being a nerd to being picked on. So he was a villain. He was pretty one-dimensional. He didn't really have, like, you don't give a damn about his character. You just don't. He was just boring. Kate McKinnon was actually punching ghosts and exploding them. I've been a Ghostbusters fan all my life. I mean, I know you gotta do new things and, you know, to keep the series fresh, but exploding ghosts was kind of weird for me because that kind of breaks the mythology. You actually gotta catch the ghosts in a trap, like you gotta contain them. You can't destroy them. So I didn't really dig that. And she had her own little montage. They were like playing the music. And they were whipping ghosts. I think I heard on the internet they call it ghost food. And I didn't like the ghost food. You know, I mean, maybe if it was like John Wick or something, you know what I'm saying? They were doing some John Wick shit with the protons or something. But it just threw me off. It just didn't feel, I didn't feel like they was in danger anytime. It just felt like, you know, it was all good. That's the problem what I had with the third act and the rest of the act. I didn't think they was going up against something like Zool. Another thing that drove me crazy about this movie, no pun intended, it just didn't have the balls to be the type of movie it wanted to be. Sometimes I didn't know if you wanted to be the all new remake with new ideas or be the old original. It just didn't have a really good balance. And the Ghostbusters had a good balance between themselves, the characters. And I like some characters more than others. I think Leslie Jones was good, and I think Kate McKinnon was really good. Why I think she was good, and you might hear on and off about her. I think she was a good character. She was a character, and she reminded me of a Ghostbuster. So that was good. She reminded me of a Ghostbuster. Some of the characters just felt like they were playing themselves. Like Melissa McCarthy was just Melissa McCarthy, or Kristen Wiig, which is Kristen Wiig, which isn't bad, but I just didn't get that sense that they were friends for years, like the original Ghostbusters. I know I keep throwing back to the original Ghostbusters, but this is a remake. So when you make a remake, you gotta come harder than the original. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot on your back. So my final score for the 2016 Ghostbusters remake is going to be 6 free-rolling vapors out of 10. This movie's not the train wreck that everybody thought it was going to be, but it's also not the greatest movies. And actually, if they made a sequel to this movie, I will see the sequel with these same cast of characters. I thought the cast of characters was fine. I just thought the movie fell apart in the third act. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. This is Q. This has been Q Reviews. If you like it, give me the thumbs up. If you really like this video, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.